Alright guys, welcome back to our video. Today I will be reviewing the Netherlands in Call of War. Know that let's play just a country review again. Last time I did Brazil, this time it is the Netherlands. I'm gonna say just about everything about them, their economic situation, political situation, army and everything else in between. So let's get straight into this. The Netherlands is a pretty small country in Europe. It is basically the weakest country in Europe and, well, not in the game. I wouldn't call them the weakest in the game. They have some opportunities and stuff and they can be pretty strong actually. However, it definitely isn't very often that you can become a strong power. There's many threats to you, right? You are a very small country, that's first thing. You have a small economy, smallest in Europe, and you are neighbors with some of the strongest countries in the whole game, and in Europe especially. You border Germany, a country that will most likely annex all of the Benelux to get into France, especially if they're doing historical. To the south is France, a country that might take the Benelux if it has the chance. And right here is the UK, which also might annex you if they really want to. You can be annexed day 1 within only like 3 hours of the game starting by Germany. So that isn't fun. Those are some of the downsides of the Netherlands. However, if you can ally yourself with Germany, you can probably annex the Benelux, so Belgium and Luxembourg, and unite the Benelux, which would give you quite a lot actually, make you a nice bit stronger. And you can become a sort of not so weak power actually. That is a pretty big buff if you are able to do that. The Netherlands has been playable for a couple of months now. I haven't really played them much. I've played them before on All Countries In. But one thing I know is that they have been buffed a lot. They are not the non-playable country they were before. Because now you make a lot of resources, well, a lot more resources. And you have a lot of manpower. Looking at one of these provinces, it has 1.5 million people as you can see, and Amsterdam has 3 million. This is all needed to make sure you have manpower. That's also a reason why you want to keep the mainland Netherlands and not go to like Indonesia or something, because you're not gonna have manpower. Also, you start off quite industrialized, you have industry basically everywhere here, and Amsterdam is really built up, as you can see. So this is a strong, economically strong area, especially since every province has resource output, right? So yeah, that's pretty good. You have food, goods, metal and iron all everywhere here, although you don't make rare materials. That's also a reason why you don't want to lose your colonies. It's probably survivable, you could survive with just these lands over here, but I wouldn't recommend trying that. That's probably gonna be very hard. Anyway, Amsterdam makes oil, which makes you produce a lot of oil. Like that is a lot for your country. Looking at all the other things, 280, 250, 350, this is 200, this is 533. So you make a lot. You make like 3 times, almost 3 times more oil than rare materials. So that's yeah, pretty good. You can probably sell a lot of that oil to other countries and benefit from it if you don't get annexed by Germany. Literally what you have to do if you are gonna survive is ally with Germany, unless they won't invade you somehow or they will go inactive or something. So there's that. You have a small colony here. It makes food, which is pretty important. If you lose that, that can be pretty bad, because you don't make a lot of food outside of there. The only other place other than the Netherlands and this is Indonesia, which is the strongest and biggest really producer of resources for the Netherlands. Without Indonesia, you will probably suck so much dick that you wouldn't even want to play the game, because it produces everything. It's non-core, right? This isn't core. No, it's not core provinces, so it doesn't make that much. But it has double resources like everywhere, and it has plenty of cities, like 8 cities altogether. There's oil, there's goods, there's metal, there's more metal, there's food, rare materials, more food, more goods. You can see that is a lot of stuff. This is literally feeding you. But also, if you lose the Netherlands, you will lose a lot of your resources. That's first thing. And you will also lose like most of your manpower. Since this is non-core, it makes like nothing in manpower, not much at all. So you don't really want to play Indonesia as independent Indonesia either. And you can really easily lose Indonesia actually, so you wanna make sure you can protect that. Anyway, your economy, I've been explaining that a bit. It's pretty small. It is quite small, but it's manageable, I guess. It's not very good, but yeah. It's one of the smallest in the game, if not the smallest, but it's not much smaller than it's similar to Xinjiang, Tibet, and Manchukuo, Mongolia, so on. Right, it's about that size, about 5 core cities kind of economy. You also have a pretty decently large army. Looking at army size, it's 29. You have a nice sized navy, and here in the Netherlands you have quite a lot of units, mostly militias though. A little bit of infantry, anti-air, and so on. But at least it's something. You also have a good navy here. You have let's see, you have one sub, 2 cruisers over here, one destroyer, another sub, another destroyer. So that's like a couple of ships. Not the best, not that much really, but it's not horrible either, right? It's you can protect Indonesia at least early game with that, like from Australia or something, because that's the biggest threat really. And Japan is a threat as well. If they attack you, you are gonna lose Indonesia, no doubt, in my mind. Over here you have one submarine and one destroyer for your navy. You also have like 4 infantry, an armored car, anti-tank, and anti-air, and that's it. So not the biggest navy or biggest army. Like day 1 you can get invaded by Germany and they don't even have to fight you. They can just send in their air force and you're gonna be done for. You're just gonna lose all your units from, that, which is pretty sad. You also have one unit here in South America. You are a country that can, really be attacked from anywhere. Something like Brazil will probably want your colony here. Germany will probably want the Netherlands, the mainland. Australia or Japan will probably want Indonesia. So you are literally someone's bitch the whole game. At least most likely. Although as I said, if you ally with Germany or something, you can take Belgium, take Luxembourg, make your economy a lot stronger with that, especially if you take the Belgian Congo, and you can become a pretty strong colonial power actually. Not that weak at all, you can maybe even compete with somebody like the UK, because you only have because at the start of the game you have like half of UK's economy, and if you take all of that, I think you can get like an additional 1000 money per hour here, which is pretty close to the UK. And that's just by annexing AI nations, so you have some potential, and the countries out there are pretty fun to play. I like to do roleplay with them, even go to Indonesia. It's survivable there, although it's not that fun to be honest. It can be, but yeah, usually isn't. Very hard to survive. Research wise, you are pretty bad on research. Level 1 infantry, this is garbage. So is this. Air Force is garbage. Navy is garbage as well. Everything is just shit. You have allies doctrine, so that can be pretty good actually. You can research some stuff, it can help you quite a lot. And with your level 3 naval base here, you can actually build a pretty strong navy if you want to. Like, maximize the oil output here in Rotterdam and in Amsterdam, as well as Den Helder, maximize the metal there, and maybe a little here in Batavia and over here. And you can probably build like a lot of ships and get a huge navy and become actually a pretty strong naval power. Like, yeah, no question about it, you can be a pretty fucking strong navy, especially because you have like so many coastal cities. There's like 7 coastal cities in Indonesia, so that is a lot. Looking at other expansion possibilities, you can maybe attack the UK, take some of this, or maybe buy their land, or maybe buy that land from them, which wouldn't be bad. Attacking them would probably be pretty dumb since they are very close to you and they can just bomb the shit out of the mainland Netherlands, which would just be dumb to, declare war on them if they can do that. You can also maybe take out Australia and take the Philippines or something, but those would be a lot harder, especially if the US is gonna be active and you're gonna be at war with them over a small colony here, relatively small. So you gotta play your cards right as the Netherlands. You definitely do. You have some kind of military production. You can have quite a lot actually. Amsterdam has like everything. You have barracks, you have tank plants, you have naval bases, you have an aircraft factory. You are doing quite well on that. So yeah, but usually you're gonna be producing just one type of unit here, maybe not because you have only one city. So that can actually be pretty good. So if you play as the Netherlands, I definitely encourage expanding into the Benelux, taking Belgium and Luxembourg, and allying with Germany, because without those things you'll probably be either dead or irrelevant. So there's that. That's literally the Netherlands for you. Other than that, you don't really have any possibilities of expansion. You can't really attack and take out Germany. You can't do the same with France or the UK or anything. You can literally just stay here, get some allies, and maybe slowly but surely get some colonies or get some new lands to get more resources, and then you can probably start getting stronger. It's possible to win with them, although it's probably extremely hard. Don't wanna try that, to be honest. So yeah, well, I'm gonna end the video right here. Hopefully you guys learned something. Even with all the shit I said about them, it can definitely be a very fun country. I actually like playing them quite a lot. It's a pretty unique country, gotta say, pretty unique. You are the only playable country that has only one core city, right? And so that's one unique thing, but there's even more. There's a lot of unique stuff about them, and it's really fun to play them actually, or it can be, right? So, you should play them, you should try them out, see how you like it. And yeah, well, thank you for watching, and goodbye!